You ready to take your leadership journey to the next level? On the leadership platform TLP, we don't just talk about leadership, we live it. This year, we are bringing you cutting-edge insights, transformative tools, and real-world strategies to help you lead with confidence, purpose, and impact. This year, we have 4 seasons with 50 episodes. We will dive into themes such as leading self, leading others, and leading institutions. We bring you Leaders Are Leaders. This monthly session focuses on book reviews, discussions, encouraging all participants to read along with selected books on personal leadership and professional leadership. We also have a time with the CEO. In this segment, we dive into the stories of prominent CEOs who share their insights, lessons learned throughout their leadership journey. We also bring you extraordinary leadership stories, highlighting individuals in our societies who are doing extraordinary things. This segment inspires viewers with real-life examples of leadership in action. We will bring you some brilliant minds, courageous leaders changing the narrative of Africa. We also bring you, finally, the expert-led sessions, which cover a wide range of leadership and personal development topics, providing practical guidance and actionable strategies for personal and professional development. The leadership platform is your go-to space for personal growth, professional breakthroughs, and meaningful connections. I am Joy Bonsu Schumtz, co-host on TLP, and I will see you every Saturday, 7 p.m. GMT, live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you're joining us. It's time for the leadership platform again, and this is our second session for this year. However, the episode we are airing today is episode 239. And to begin with, just put in the chat box or the comments area where you're joining us from. Please announce yourself so we can announce you to the whole world. And it's great to have you with us this evening. I can't see anybody here yet, so I will go on and mention that I'm joining you from Geneva, Switzerland, and I will be your moderator for this session. As I wait for you to join us, please share this link to your families and to your network for them to join us to learn about this important topic today. So let me see. I know our speaker is here, and she is no other than our co-host for this platform. She's been away taking care of a very important phase of her life, and she joins us today to give us a presentation and share with us about AI. But before I do so, let me welcome Michael, who is from Ghana, joining us. And we have Marian Nana Wood also joining us. Both of them are joining from Ghana. Great to have you here. And if this is the first time that you're joining us, we are so much encouraged that you decided to do so today. So let me see the topic that we have for today. The topic, it is AI-enabled productivity, how we as leaders can amplify our capacity. And the speaker that I have, I'm going to have her join me right now. Joy, come on board. And she has a very long bio. First of all, number one, she's co-host for this platform. So she's our very own co-host. She is also a corporate trainer with CTL Africa. Apart from being a co-host, she trains. She is a certified executive coach, and she is a member of the International Coach Federation, aspiring for her to get her ACC. She is a mentor in several fellowship programs, such as the Central Leadership Program and the Young Leaders Learning Lab, Y3L. She is also a co-founder of ABA Innovation. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, that's correct, Sarah.
Okay. And studios. And she is also leading the She Rock, is it a foundation? Foundation, two platforms that integrate technology. So she is the right person for to talk to us today about AI and technology. Also, yes, I think that is it. But then she is an author. Her book that I will encourage all of you to get a copy. I got a copy. Is How to Learn Anything Digital. How to Learn Anything Digital. You can get it from seller.com, Joy Bonsu Schmutz. It's a practical guide for all of us as professionals. And to crown everything, she was recently named one of Ghana's female tech blazers for 2025. Last but not the least, she is the latest mother in town. Joy, it's great to have you back. How is
Thank
the little one
you.
doing?
Is doing very well, and it's so good to be back. I miss the platform, I miss hosting, and I just hope that we would have a very great time here today. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Uncle Sam, for the opportunity. Yes.
Motherhood suits you. So, so listen.
Ooh.
Yeah, and even this presentation that you're going to, you have bet this, so we cannot wait for you to share that with us and also give us news about the little one. We don't know the name, so you can share that with us so that the audience.
So
Yeah,
call him Kwame for now. His
Kwa-
grandfather calls him Kwame. Yes.
Kwame.
So
Okay,
yes,
great.
indeed.
So, Kwame's mother,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to your platform,
Thank
and
you.
please take us away.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. It's good to be here, and I want to just welcome everybody joining us from across the world. CTO has run this for 5 years plus, and bringing conversations about leadership. And today it's no exception. And I'm so excited about this topic. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm very passionate about digital transformation and anything that can help people just do things better, faster, and more efficient. So I'm going to be sharing this from a very practical point of view, not from an expert's point of view. I'm no AI expert, and so we want to demystify that before we start. So Ben, I see you. Welcome, Marian Asantua. Yes, hello to everyone joining us. Please share the stream with your connections, and then invite somebody to be here. So before I start, I just want to start with this something funny. So I heard this and I thought, no, I'm going to share it on this platform because when you hear AI, everybody's like, "Wow, there's an elephant in the room." But let's start with this. So there was this man who was caught in the grocery shop. He was caught stealing, and so he was arraigned before a judge, and the judge said, "Sir, what did you steal?" He said, "I stole a can of peaches." He said, "Okay. How many peaches were in the can?" He said, "Five peaches, my lord." He said, "Okay. Then, gentleman, you have 5 weeks behind bars for your crime." Then behind, there was a hand up. This is the wife of the man. And he said, "Oh, my lord, by the way, he forgot to tell you he stole a can of beans as well." I hope you got that. So you can have maybe 100 beans in that. You would have maybe 100 weeks more behind bars. Anyway, so I'm going to just start off this presentation and we will dive right into it. So the topic for today, AI enabled productivity, and the focus is on amplifying your leadership capacity. So you can pull out your pens, your notebooks, and then let's have an engaging time today. All right. So to start off, like I've said, that it's not from a perspective of a certified AI consultant. My work across the years with leaders and SMEs working to be able to enhance their workflows and processes has led me to this point where I can share on this topic. So today we're talking about AI enabled productivity, not as a trend, but as a leadership capacity multiplier. I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will walk away with a mindset, you walk away with some tools, some new ideas on how you can ace your new year with skills and tools and resources to help you to maximize your time. And for those of you who think AI only works in the western part of the world, this applies to Africa as well. So wherever you are on the globe, this is also for you. All right. So I decided to just find out how leaders are spending their time on the continent or in their work as leaders. And I found some very interesting statistics that I'd like to share with you. And just put in the chat if you agree with me, if you yourself as a CEO or as a leader of your organization, you find this to be true. So McKinsey, which is one of our famous consulting firms globally, found out that CEOs averagely are spending 72% of their working time in meetings. 72%. So if you work 8 hours a day, you're spending literally 6 hours of your day in meetings. And, I thought about, even as a country, I looked at our leaders. Sometimes you ask yourself, 4 years to transform the spaces that we are in. But you see that we are mostly in meetings in one country or the other. So what time do we have then to actually do the real work? Another study also found that executives are spending 2 hours a day on emails alone, going through their emails, replying to emails, finding, information that is somewhere down the trail. Executives are spending 2 hours a day on emails alone. Almost 50% of executives say they don't spend enough time on strategic priorities. Yes, we do spend a lot of money and time to go and prepare our strategic overviews for the year. And I'm sure a lot of leaders who are already connected, you did that at the end of 2025 into 2026. Yet we are spending less than half of our time focusing on those strategic priorities. Managers are also spending 31% of their time doing individual contributor tasks instead of leading people. People are coming to you for the slides. People are coming to you for one report over the other. You are running around and the core of leadership is getting missing. So that's what the studies are finding out. Another one from consultingreport.com says managers spend only 28% of their time actually managing people. So coaching, mentoring, improving on company culture, we're spending only 28% of our time doing that. And most of our time spending sitting in meetings, checking emails, etc. You can share with me in the comments how you find this to be true. And if you worked in typical corporate, you realize that you're sitting behind your desk for most of the day in meetings, from one meeting to another. So if leadership feels exhausting to you, it's because of this. It's not because of the people, it's because we're spending our time doing more of other things than the real leadership. Now, I would dare say that leadership or leaders don't lack capability. Political leaders, corporate leaders, non-profit leaders, I would say they don't lack capability. Most of the time, before they are elected into that office, their CVs have been reviewed. They've gone through an interview process. They've done something. They've done something to prove their worth as leaders. So I would say capability is not the issue, but capacity is the issue. The lack of time and space to actually lead people. And on the right, you would see a breakdown of some of the percentages or how leaders are spending their time. So this gives you a good idea if you're not having enough time to focus on the more strategic priorities. So in this presentation, the whole objective is how can you reclaim time as a leader? How can you build some more capacity to focus on the things that matter the most? If you could recall, last year, at some point, we did a presentation on the 80-20 principle. And we talked about how 20% of when you look at your to-do list, almost 80% of your results are coming from 20% of your to-do list. So Uncle Sam led us to understand that we should be able to invest more of our resources in that 20% that gives us the most output. A lot of people are spending so much time on their 80%. That's what you call the busy people. They don't even have 1 second. Not 1 second. You want to stop them in the hallway, not 1 second. I'm off to one meeting or the other. Not 1 second to even say hello. So we want to demystify that being busy is not the same as being productive. And I want to just encourage that we've entered into a new year, and if you're still prioritized, if you're still planning, you want to consider this, that we don't want to overly be busy and our calendar is back to back to back to back to back with no breathing space, yet our output is only 20%. We want to be able to maximize the value of our time. So in this very simple leadership decision framework, you have decisions, you have systems, you have skills, you have tools. I just want us to walk through a few questions that I've put in there. Because AI productivity doesn't start with the tools, it starts with the decisions. And so I would ask you, I know most people have set their goals for the year, but what do you want to achieve as a leader? Is it revenue growth? Is it improved team spirit? What is it? Is it a new project that you've stalled for so long that you want to work on this year? What is it that you want to achieve? And so in order to even go down to what tools, you need to be clear on this first. Once you know what you want to achieve, how quickly do you want to achieve them? What's your timelines? Is it going to take you the whole year to achieve a revenue target of 100,000 Ghana cedis? Or you want to achieve that in the first quarter? How quickly do you want to achieve that? Because if you are clear on that, then you would realize that maybe a few things need to be cut out of your schedule. A few things need to be introduced to make you more productive. What key skills do you need to build? And this is where the book Sarah talked about how to learn anything digital comes in. In this presentation, I'm not teaching prompt engineering. There's a whole presentation by Dr. Boyson on prompt engineering. But I'll share a copy or share a link to the book at the end of the presentation where you can build the necessary skills you need to achieve what you want to do this year. So what key skills do you need to build? And I suppose it includes AI and some prompt engineering. What systems do you need to set up? What is the framework of your workflow? From the time you interface a customer till they buy, till they want a service again, or the flow in your organization and in your business. How is your system set up? Is it set up with loops? Is it set up with bottlenecks? Is it set up with manual repetitive work that you have to do every day? You need to figure out what system you need to set up if you want to achieve your goal for the year in a short period of time or depending on the time frame you've built. Now, what tools or resources do you need? What platforms? What channels? What skills do you need in your workforce? A very important question to ask. If you're still working with a team that are not empowered, how do you enable your team with the right resources to support you achieve your goal? Because it's very easy to set a target for your team end of 2025 and say, guys, we are going to do 1,000% next year. And you don't understand what it takes to get to the 1,000%. What kind of resources and tools do I need to put in place? So this is sort of a leadership decision framework, which I believe the flow or the order from decisions to systems to skills before tools comes in. So if you skip the order, you might be using AI. It will help you do things faster, but it will take you in the wrong direction. So decisions first. Now, I just want to lay the foundation for somebody who is hearing artificial intelligence for the very first time. You're hearing AI for the very first time. Or you've heard about AI, you've researched about it, it sounds interesting. But just simply put, it's the ability for machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. So we learn as humans, we reason, and then we make decisions. So machines are being equipped to perform tasks based on this flow of process, learning, reasoning, and decision making. In the past, when people have talked about AI, let's say, and I always say that this, what I have put here right now, everybody's reality is different. For some people, they are now hearing AI for the very first time and appreciating predictive analytics, automation, and being able to do things without interruptions. For some people, they are now at the generative AI stage where they are creating content. AI is giving them insights, AI is giving them personalizations. And for some people, they would say the future is AI agents, but I can tell you that a lot of people are already deploying AI agents, autonomous decision support, and hyper personalized leadership tools. So, depending on your reality, you could be anywhere in this channel. So, AI has grown or has improved. We started with Chat GPT or 4, and now you are at GPT 5. We have the Meta AI, we have Gemini by Google, we have all these platforms that have been trained on existing data so that they can be able to provide you an additional lens and more insight. There are some myths. People keep saying that AI is making people lazy. And I would say that you've already done the work. You've done the thinking 5 years, 10 years ago. You don't need to keep doing the same work. So let the machine learn the work you've already done, and now build on it to be able to make your work faster and more productive. So the key trend for leaders, AI is moving from just being assistive, asking questions and getting responses from the AI platforms you use, to be more collaborative. And it's definitely not replacing leaders, it's amplifying our ability to lead. And why should leaders care about this? I know with a lot of people who have been tuning into TLP, you would be a step ahead because you would have understood some of the basics on artificial intelligence. So, why should leaders care? And the very first one is on capacity amplification. And that's the reason why we are talking about this subject today. You want to have more room, more space to do more without getting burnt out. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, when I was supporting leaders with their small organizations and supporting with social media, strategy design, and what tools they need, building websites, I couldn't handle more than 5 clients at a time. But I can tell you that even last year, when I had to even stay at home for a while preparing for my baby, I mean, I was able to do, I can say, maybe 5 times more the capacity that I have done in the past. So it's important that leaders care about it because it will reduce the burnout rates where people have to do manual work over and over and over again. So you focus on the people rather than processes. and the precision and speed, faster decision making, better insights. If you can make decisions faster, if you can understand what is happening with your customers, what insights you are getting from the markets you are serving at, you can make decisions faster. But if it should take you a whole year before you can analyze some data sets, then your competitors are going to be ahead of you. So leaders should care and should invest in AI. And return on investments, that impact is very important. I mean, increase revenue, reduce operational cost, etc. These are things that I have seen happen in 2025, where you are supporting, you have less staff, and you're supporting, let's say, a coaching program with 67 coaches. How does a team of 3 support 67 leaders across 8 countries across the continent? You're going to burn out. So you need to have some systems and supports like the artificial intelligence we're talking about to improve your productivity, to be able to do things faster and better. So this is why leaders should care. So every leader wants 3 things. You want impact, you want to make decisions better, and less burnout. So I brought back this decision matrix, and I want you to think about your own goal for this year. If you can write it down, just that one thing that it's the overarching goal for this year you want to achieve. Now, I want you to think about your not to do list, because before we come into the tools, before we come into what frameworks you are using, what tools you're using to help you save time, what are your not to do's for 2026? What are you not going to spend your quality time as a leader doing? You have to write your time wasters. If as a leader you're spending time building a 30-page report from scratch, analyzing data, reading, spending 2 hours even in your inbox. Let's just go to the basics. You're 2 hours in your inbox. You can reduce that to 30 minutes a day. You can reduce that to 20 minutes a day. 10 minutes at the start of the day and 10 minutes at the end of the day. And this is where we can use artificial intelligence to enable us to do that. So list your time wasters. And then how to learn, what kind of skills you need. And I've already mentioned some of these things. So the core of this presentation, I'm going to share my favorite productivity hacks for 2025. These hacks, these tools, these processes help me win valuable time, cut my production time in half, enable me to double revenue at some point, and enable me to deliver more accurate results for my clients as a digital consultant. And so I'm going to be sharing these with you from emails, and I'm actually picking the top time wasters when it comes to managers and CEOs. So with emails, executives spending 2 hours in your inbox. If you use a Gmail account, you see that Gmail is providing you with some AI features. Your Outlook or your Microsoft account is providing you with Copilot, etc. The whole idea is that it can help you to summarize long email threads, help you to draft clear and precise executive level replies, and help you to extract the decision making and actions in the midst of long, chaotic chains of emails. And this helped me because it stopped making my emails look like, I have this 1,100 unopened emails, to become more of a decision making engine so I can respond faster and more thoughtful. So just a sneak peek into, let's say, my inbox, you would see that you have the Gemini AI prompt sign up there, and you're able to put a prompt in there. So an example of a prompt that I use to put into the AI feature is, okay, you're my executive assistant. I need you to summarize this email thread into 5 bullet points, key issues, decisions already made, open questions, recommendations or recommended response tone, next actions, and then draft concise professional reply. You can give it your word limit, and then that will move the issue forward. So you can put a prompt like this in Gemini in your inbox, and it will summarize your inbox in terms of what are the key things you need to pay attention to. So no longer scrolling down, open one email after the other, which is going to take you a lot of time. You could also create prompts like, what are the most important decisions I have made this month? And what's your prediction on February? So you may have made some decisions with your team. And so the AI feature in your inbox can help you to decipher what are the key things you have done this month. And so it's predicting that in February, you're probably going to be experiencing XYZ. So these are prompts that you can feed into your Gemini. This is available if you have your Google Workspace. But if you're using a free or a basic Google account, you may have to sign up for about 35 Ghana cedis a month to be able to use the AI feature in there. But if you don't and you want to use the free version, then you'd have to create prompts outside of it and then try and make sense of your inbox in there. Okay, so this is a very simple way. Like I said, as we are not learning prompt engineering here, just to give you the concept of how you can win some time back from your inbox. Because leaders are receiving lots and lots of emails in a day. Purposeful meetings. I would say that if you can't remember the actions from your meetings, then that meeting was a failure. And so with meetings where an executive are spending 72% of their time, how can you win back some precious time in your week or in your day, not to spend 6 hours from meeting to meeting? Personally, with my digital consulting space, I don't set a meeting more than 30 minutes because whatever needs to be discussed can be sent on WhatsApp for pre-read, for engagement, for dialogue, as and when people have the time. And when you come in the meeting, meeting people, really getting the spirit of what people are sharing, and then we're concluding with actions. What is the action we are taking? Who is responsible? And you don't have to go and rewatch a whole recording just to make sense of what the meeting was about. So it's really about making space as a leader, being able to reclaim your time. So, I mean, I don't know how much time you are using for meetings. If you can share in the comment section, I would love to hear how much time you are spending for meetings in a day. But I know for a lot of even our political leaders, they are traveling for the meeting. So if you subtract the meeting times from the whole 4 years of being in government, I'm sure you would have probably 1 or 2 years of work, probably. And so the productivity gain is that you have high attention when you are in the meetings and you're able to follow through. Okay. And even I would even dare say that getting your personal assistant in a meeting just to take notes. Now you have your Zoom, you have your Teams, you have your Google Meet able to record, take notes, and send you back the meeting summary with the actions. At CTL, you have the likes of Otter AI that help you to send the team back, what did we discuss and who is responsible. So now your executive assistant or your PA can now be a valuable resource for creating, a valuable resource for designing, and not just manual recording and recalling. And because sometimes you even ask them for meeting notes and they don't know where they've written it. So I would just encourage you that let our meetings be more purposeful this year. If it's a meeting that we're not going to make a decision at, then please send an email, discuss it on WhatsApp, and cut down your meeting times. I would move on to, so this is an example of the AI sending us a prompt, sending me a meeting with a summary of the meeting we had, so nobody had to write notes. It just sends you the meeting summary after using it. And you can use tools like Otter AI. Zoom even now has the AI companion. And with the AI companion, the very interesting bit is if you're even late for the meeting and you come in and the AI companion is on, you can ask the AI companion to catch you up. What has been said in the meeting? What's my name mentioned? These are things that the systems have learned over time. We have been using Zoom for how many years? So you're not being lazy if you are using AI. Just to also mention that it is so that we can be more productive and we can be more on our game than following the repetitive cycle. So that's just about. So you can also use a simple prompts like this from this meeting. If you have your meeting transcript, you can put it into an AI tool or a prompt and say, extract the three key decisions. What are the action items with the owner and the deadline? What are the risks or unresolved issues? And in one sentence, give me an executive summary. Simple. In 5 minutes, you can get your meeting properly closed and tied off, and everybody knows what is supposed to be done as a leader. So you save valuable time using AI in for your meetings. Another very important area that I have used is also generating reports and analysis. I mean, from coaching, if you're coaching a lot of people, from their attendance to maybe the time they receive, some of the feedback they give, you can just slot that into your AI your AI tool and ask for insights. What are the people sharing? What is the common theme coming out? Because today, data is no longer gold, insight is gold. If you don't understand why you are getting the results you are getting, it helps you make decisions better as a leader. So I'll just encourage all leaders, if you work with data, just make AI your first data analyst. Feed in the data and let it give you the insight. So for example, I fed in some data with attendance and it said, okay, people were missing the first four coaching sessions, but it started showing up by the fifth and the sixth and the seventh, meaning that probably when they started, and the insights the AI gave me was that when people started to realize the value of the coaching session, then they began to be more committed to attending the session. So with this in mind, we'll make a decision as a leader that if we're going to repeat the process again, at the orientation session, we'll probably have a demo coaching session, or we would have maybe a demo trial coaching session and send to the participants so they can understand the value of the coaching session, so we don't repeat the same cycle of absenteeism within the first few sessions of coaching. That is insights for you as a leader. So basically, I use mostly co-pilots to help me think and then make some draft decisions before it turns into the final outcomes. Okay, so I'm going to move quickly to prototyping. So one of the things I know a lot of leaders do is when they have ideas, they can come to the team floor and say, okay, team, so I'm thinking about this. This is my idea. I'm thinking about some kind of a device that has, maybe it's wearing earrings, or the device has some dangling things there. And the leader is trying so hard to explain their idea to the team. And sometimes the team comes back with a solution and the leader doesn't recognize the solution. Doesn't No, this is not what I said I wanted. So today AI is empowering, and this one I would pause my presentation and just do one demo on how Canva coding is helping leaders to design the prototype of their ideas. So today you don't need to employ a lot of money to a developer for them to build a prototype, send to you, and you say, no, this is not what I was thinking about. You don't need to know coding. All you have to do is be able to know how to ask or what we call prompt engineering, know how to ask the tool. So I'm thinking about a solution that will help coaches manage their coaching times, to be able to, I'm using a lot of coaching examples, to be able to manage their clients, to be able to know who has paid, to be able to organize team and group coaching. I want a solution like that. So you can go into Canva AI. So I'm going to stop sharing and then just use my Canva to explain how the code works. And I hope I'll be able to share that screen also with you. Okay. So with Sarah, I'm gonna stop sharing now, and then I'll take a minute to get on that prompt page.
Cute. Beautiful. You are dropping lots of nuggets, Joy, and very practical ones. That is what I want. And I believe that is what our audience are also looking forward. And I can't wait for you to show this demo for us. So tell us when you are ready. So,
Right.
audience, please drop in your takeaways so far, your questions for Joy in the comments area as she's taking us live. This is a live demo that she's going to demonstrate to all of us. So let's see. Any comments? I can see that Glendor Davis has joined us. Benaye joined us from Accra, and Patience Antonio from East Legon. Happy that you are with us. Please, those of you who haven't announced yourself, please do. And let's see what you are learning, new things that or questions that you have for Joy. Please put them in the comments chat. Joy, let me know whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Just coming up in a bit.
All right, great.
Okay. So Canva code. Let's see. Okay. So let me share. Let me share my screen while I navigate into the prompt section. So present.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay. Let me just check. Okay. All right. So, I mean, Canva is a famous graphic design tool that a lot of people are using today, and their mission was to ensure that everybody can do graphics. You don't need to be an expert. So it's really really very simple. So whatever your background is, you could try it. So I'll encourage you, if you want to create your slides, whatever it is, graphics, you can just use Canvas templates to help you do that. So if you come into Canva, you can access what we call the Canva AI, Canva AI right here. And then this is your search prompt, just like any AI search prompt here. So I'm going to click on the code bit, and then I'm going to give it a prompt. So I
Okay.
need you to,
Joy, before you do that, for the
yes,
Canva AI, is it for
yes.
the free session or is it for the paid session? Does
This
that
would be the paid session. If you
the
are on
paid
Pro,
session?
just the Pro, you don't need to be on the Teams, just the Pro. You
Okay,
can,
so if you have the free session, you don't have this
no,
feature.
you won't be able to see
Okay,
that feature.
all right. And how much is Canva so that people will have an idea? How much do they have to pay to get
Yes.
onto the
So
pro?
Canva now is doing, if you're paying for the whole year, it's doing 100 cities a month. That
Okay,
means you save 3 months of, but if you want to pay monthly, it's 150 cities a month. Yeah.
okay, perfect. And
Okay.
yeah, one tip is that you don't have to pay for the year if you don't use Canva most of the
Exactly.
time. You just pay as and when you need.
Okay. So I'm doing a prompt. This is a very basic one, which I should have just copied and pasted, but I'm going to ask Canva AI to build me an app for coach management. And I would say I want the platform to um, to give me the different coaching services. Okay, let's start with this one. So let's say this is my idea as a leader. This is what I want as for my coaching business this year. And before I engage a developer, all I need to do is learn how to type. Okay, so I'm going to put in the prompt, and we're going to watch Canva AI build a prototype for us. And if I look at the prototype and I feel like this is something that I want to invest my money into, then I can go ahead and then put in some Ghana cities or Naira, wherever you are, and invest in that. So you want to see your vision come alive, something that you can touch with buttons, with features, the look and feel. And within seconds, look at how many lines of code that has been written. I mean, I've tried to learn coding. I've done coding to some extent, but then I cannot even the developers would tell you that you can't write all this code in the seconds. You see how many lines of code we have already 270 lines of code that is being written. So we'll give it a minute while it builds this up. And why is it able to do this? People have been coding for years. So they understand the framework of coaching. So now the machine has learn, to reason, and make decisions, as is the basic of artificial intelligence.
Okay,
So we'll
so
give it a minute while it runs. Uncle Sam, you have a question.
yeah, Uncle Sam, we can't hear you, but as soon as your mic starts working, Joy. So as this is, if you are, a leader, whilst this is operating, the code is being written, your productivity, you can do something else. You don't have to even wait. You just
Exactly.
move on to another task. Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I
now you're back.
I was just reading that somebody says, Aofia Joe says it's almost impossible to read what you are typing. I
Oh,
don't know if there's
the prompt
some
that I wrote.
guidance for people to see. I think it's small. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you can see that our prompt has completed. We now have something built by Canva AI within the period that we were having the conversation. So for our what I was typing, which is the prompt that you can see up here, is that I asked, this is the prompt that I typed: build an app for coach management. I want the platform to give me different coaching services. You know, and you can build on the prompt as you go. And even the prompts, the system is even designed to even suggest what next to add. Should I add branding? You know, if you read the comments here, he's told me what the version one of the app he has built for me, and said, okay, so now I've created Coach Connect, a beautiful coaching services platform. Here's what you can do. You can browse the services, you can meet coaches, you can book sessions, you can manage booking. So this is the first version of the development using AI. So I can see explore services here, and this comes up. Okay, life coaching, business coaching, health coaching, career coaching. My bookings. Okay, let's see. Find a coach. Okay, so it's populated a couple of coaches and their rates per hour, how many years of experience, their ratings. Let's see if I can book a coach. So just instantly, my idea or my what I want to achieve as a leader with AI, I have something I can touch and feel. So I can go ahead and book this. Just look at that. Select a date, select a time, test here, and then confirm booking. So this is all a test feature. This is not a real app that anybody can download or use, but this is a prototype that you can use. And this has saved a lot of leaders' time. It has saved me time to put my idea into a workable format so that when I engage my developer, I'm not going to speak English. I'm going to speak platform language to the developer. Okay, so that is what I wanted to show you, and how AI can save us time. If you go to your developer, they will tell you that this prototype will take you 1 week or 1 month, even 2 months to build you a prototype. But this is how you are reclaiming your time as a leader, by allowing the platform to build your prototype at ease. So that's one of the places that I realized that coach leaders can maximize their time. And it's not just apps. You can use the Canva AI for it to build you a template of a report, an image, something that you're thinking about, a framework that you want to use for your team. All you have to know how to do is type. So without an AI degree or certification, you can be able to use tools like this to win you some time back. Sarah, I'll bring you up, and then you can make some comments there.
Yeah, perfect. This is awesome, Joy. I know with ChatGPT, for instance, you don't even need to type. You can just speak. There
Yes.
is a button that, do we have the same in Canva? Because
No.
we don't. So that one definitely
It,
you
it
need.
actually does. There's a chat using the voice. Yes, I would have been surprised. It has the microphone there. You can just talk to it.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
guys, we don't have any excuse. We
Yeah.
don't need to know how to type. We can speak, right? When you speak, the system or the AI will be able to capture it, and then you can just go ahead and do whatever you have to do.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
right.
So let
And
me just wrap up.
yeah, before okay, I
I
think I
think
want you
that's
to
the
take
question.
this. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a person from Patience that says, please, how do I use AI for my strategic planning? I've done that, but I want you to answer that.
Yes. My first thing would be, what is your goal? What is your goal? So we just want to follow the decision framework. What is your goal for the year? Because strategy is just choices. I mean, that's something I learned latter parts of last year, because when I hear strategy, it was like, oh, this very huge thing but strategy is choices, deciding to do A over B, investing in this or that. So what is your goal? My goal is to probably enter into the Kenya market as a coach. So, what will be my strategy? How will I then do that? So, how will you use AI for your planning, your strategic planning? So, for me, typically, I'm very good at uploading previous work that I have done. So, last year, for example, we developed a business model canvas for our coaching practice, and we had the type of customers we serve, the kind of partners. We have the simple business model canvas. So I feed that into, or I upload that as an image or a document into my AI tool, say Copilot, and I say that this was what we did last year. This is what we achieved. Our revenue target was XYZ. We were, say, 50% short. So can you now suggest to me, with a market insight, or as a strategic partner with me, can you suggest what needs to be tweaked, maybe on my business model dashboard? So it could be your business model comeback. It could also be feedback from your customers. What did your customers say? I mean, we had a lot of people sharing comments about the leadership platform on YouTube. We could harness all those comments and feed that into AI to say, what then are the new things we need to be serving on the leadership platform in 2026? So you could feed in previous information of what you've done or what you've excelled at, and then ask for recommendation as a thinking partner, and then it can give you some options to start with. So when it gives you the recommendations, and I always say AI is not your final decision maker. It gives you prompts based on knowledge that it has. So if you feed in wrong data from your customers, it would give you wrong data. So you make sure you're feeding in the right information. And I think that could be a starting point into your strategic planning session. Yeah, that would be my answer to that.
Okay, thank you so much, Joy. And
Okay.
Patience Antonio, what I did, I used ChatGPT, and what I did, I put in a prompt saying that, knowing what you know about me, right? I want you to act as a world-class business coach and strategist. Analyze for me the last 12 months, things that I have done. That gives me clarity on what I worked on or what I didn't, and what are the opportunities that I missed out.
Yeah.
Based upon that, I gave it quite a lot. So it gives me three things, and then I can work on it as my strategy. What I did, what I did not do, the opportunities that I missed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are some ways that you can work on it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, over.
Yes, I'm just wrapping up. I have just two slides to go. So yes, we've looked at how prototyping ideas, any kind of idea you have as a leader, just bringing it to life so that your people can understand you. Most of the time there's that miscommunication of vision versus the execution. Finally, I think okay, I have okay. So I mean, I'm not going to demonstrate any of these. These are going to be quick touch. You've heard of AI voice cloning. For me, as a voiceover artist, because I'm sharing my favorites, top 7 that helped me to really get some capacity last year, was cloning my voice. So I do a lot of voiceovers. I clone my voice. In December, you had a lot of people asking for adverts for Christmas and here and there. And I just couldn't record every voiceover. So I just cloned my voice, and people couldn't even recognize that that was an AI voice. So it helps you to just take advantage of what you already have so you can scale. So that's a quick one that I want to mention as one of my favorites for the work that I did. And so, what do you do? Do you write? Just before I leave that side, do you write? Do you want to turn your slides or your publication into podcasts? Feed your documents, your book, create an audio book with an AI voice, clone your voice. An example of a platform that I use is 11 Labs, a very good one. You can also put your voice there. Other people can use your voice for their stuff, and then you can get some royalties. So 11 Labs helped me to scale in terms of creating more content for my clients, and put it that way. So if you also write, you can also upload your write up and say, okay, split this into strategic, maybe thought leadership posts for social media. Give me 1 year running. You can do one presentation. Last, I think Uncle Sam did a radio or a TV show, 1st January. That bit about goal setting can be put into an AI tool to generate articles, to generate blog posts, to generate even a podcast. So you can tell the AI in a prompt to say that use this audio, or use this article to generate 5 episodes of a podcast. Go to Spotify, create an account, and upload your episodes there. So if you're also looking at what's it called? Personal strategic scheduling. And we talked about strategic planning. One of the things I did at the end of the year was it was a very long prompt, a very long prompt. And because I wanted to put in my personal priorities, events with my family commitments, non-negotiable hours within my day or within my week, and then some strategic business milestones and family milestones. So I just wrote the prompt, said, okay, last day of every month I want to be doing my budgeting or my accounting or accounting. Every day 9 p.m. I want to have my growth hour. It's non-negotiable. Family commitments, I want to do this every 3rd Friday of the month. And I said, okay, now I want you to create this into a schedule that I can put on my calendar. And so it's restructured, rephrased everything that I shared, and created a master ICS file. So ICS is a calendar file. When you download it, you can just have everything scheduled on your calendar. And so from January to December, every family commitment that I have is already on my calendar. I don't need to go to Gmail, open one date, book. It saved me a lot of time. So this is ways that you can reclaim some time for even your personal and strategic scheduling. And then I think lastly, or last but not the least, decision making. AI can always help you do the pre-thinking, scenario modeling. So you can just say, imagine you have a team of 5, and you're going to do trainings abroad. How are you going to manage that? Then give it a different scenario and let him use the previous knowledge that he has from a lot of platform, global knowledge around doing trainings abroad. And it can give you some good ideas or pointers, the risk involved, counter arguments to your own thinking. Because mind you, leaders, we also have our blind spots. So if you're making decisions without anybody critiquing, you can also fall on AI to be able to give you some counter arguments to your own thinking. Sarah Jessie's prompt said, the prompt that she used, like imagine you were here, and then just say, I want you to give me a prompt or give me some recommendations other than I would typically share, and it will do exactly that for you. So basically, these are some of the my favorite things that help me to really maximize my 2025, and I'm going to do even more with AI agents, making sure that my flow process is end to end. Sometimes we have a system in place, so that's why I put systems in the decision making framework. So you start, some people have their Gmail on their phones and they don't have the Gmail on their laptops. So they start to work here and then it's missing, that form of continuity is not there for them. So you want to reorganize your workspace and then make sure that things are communicating. There's real time updates when you use your phone, and a lot of that I share in my book, which Sarah Jesse mentioned. You can get that at the end of the slide. So for me, which of these are you already using, and then which are you avoiding? And any questions you have on AI and how you are using that to save you time, maximize your productivity. I'd love to hear more about that. So it's not about the tools, it's about intentional design. If you can be clear where you are going, your clarity, your content, I think that now the tools fall in place. You can easily ask any AI tool. Now there's a Meta AI on your WhatsApp. You can ask even for the tools that you need to help you maybe write ebooks. So it's about the intention. If you have the intention and your design is right, the tools will always fall in place. So that's it for what I have to share. Let's engage. I'm quite active on LinkedIn, and then you can get a copy of my ebook on Seller. If you look for how to learn anything digital, it's also available on Amazon. And so in this book, I share how you can learn anything digital. So whether it's AI or it's how to use your softwares, anything that you want to do better at, you can take this model that I share. It's the HTL model with 5H, 5Ts, and 5Ls. And these are all things that I have harnessed by having engagements with people and the questions people ask. And before I close, very importantly, I want to advocate for women who think that digitization is, I mean, I don't want to hear I'll hire a PA, and I'm hearing that a lot from leaders. I'll hire a PA, I'll hire an executive assistant. There's just so much to which a third person can do. So you need to learn to do some of these things by yourself. And so I'll just encourage you, just grab a copy. It's less than 100 Ghana cedis. If you scan it, we'll also share the link in the comment section, and then you can take a look at it. So Sarah, thank you for the opportunity to share, and I hope it was very useful for our leaders on the leadership platform.
Excellent. Thank you, Joy. This has been very, very informative, but I want to have a hands-on workshop.
Yeah.
Are you going to plan something of that sort so that we can gather as women or women and men or leaders where
Yes.
you can maybe a day or two?
Yeah.
This is something that I want to throw, or a challenge that I want to throw to you, because it's not all of us who are AI conversant, right?
Yeah.
We need somebody to walk alongside us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking in here and somebody says, please give me the title of the book. Okay, how
I'm
to
just
learn. Yeah,
yeah.
what is the title? How to learn
And
anything
anything digital, yes.
digital. Yeah, that's the title, and I think I will put the link in the chat. Right,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you. So we have it there,
Yep.
and I would love to hear back from Patience whether our answer to how she can use AI
Yeah.
for her strategic planning. Patience, let us know whether we answered your question. And one other thing that I just wanted to link it to last week, what Uncle Sam shared with us,
Yeah.
saying we have to have end goals. And this is exactly what Joy was underlying, very much so that what is the decision? What is the end goal that you have decided on? And Joy, I would like you to share that the slide with the 4 steps:
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
decision, the systems, the skills, and then the
The
tools.
yeah.
That's a powerful framework that I want our leaders to have as a checklist.
Yeah.
Yes. And please listen to Uncle Sam's
Yeah.
what do you call it?
It was a new year.
The
The
new year,
broadcast. Yeah.
yes, broadcast, and also last year's on the TLP. It's on our website. Please listen to that, and that will also help you to really see the decision, get that clarity where you want to go, and then follow the framework that Joy has given to us. Great. Okay, I'm looking to see. Let me see. Cynthia Matheson says her leadership says excellent. We are so grateful, Madam. Okay, beautiful. So, leaders on the platform, we want to hear your comments, your questions. And let me see what questions I have for you. Uncle Sam, you are here with us. Do you have any
Yeah.
questions? Rita Azarima says, good evening. A very good, insightful presentation. Thank you. All right, Uncle Sam, where is Joy gone to? Let's bring her back.
Well, she wanted to take some water. She
Yeah.
needed it.
Okay.
Yes, she has to replenish so the baby can get some milk.
Indeed,
Joy,
indeed.
great, 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 great. This was very, very practical. And I think that everybody who has paid attention would have learned. Me, myself, have learned a lot. You are sitting in this building, you are not giving me this, you are giving this out. But that's good. That's what the leadership platform is. We give you more than you know we
Yeah.
ourselves can take. And we want to empower you this year. We want to ensure that everybody on this platform can be a better, can be his or her better self. You
Yes.
can grow yourself, you can increase your capacity to do more and to lead more. And today there is a lot of tools to help us, and Joy has given us a really good practical examples. So that's wonderful. I don't have any question. I just wanted to commend Joy for the great presentation and
Thank you.
encourage people to share their takeaway and
Yeah.
to be more curious
Mm-hmm.
about this, because there's so much you can use AI for. Even some of us who are gone before computers, GBC. Today I am using AI when I have a presentation. I just ask AI, I have a presentation on this topic. I know what I'm going to, like Joyce said, you know what you want. You have to first of all know what you want. Then
Yes.
you go to AI and say, I'm going to do a presentation on this. Give me pointers on A, B, C, D that I can add to my presentation. And AI will give it to you. When it has given it to you, it is now for you to sift through. Don't just take what the AI gives you and then bam. They can give you data that is not
Yeah.
relevant or that may
Mm-hmm.
not even be correct.
Exactly.
Sometimes the data the AI gives you may not be correct. So you have to be able to be on top of what you're going to do and what you need, and then give the instruction. When the answers come, you would sift through. In fact, usually AI would ask you further questions. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to expand, to summarize, to do this? And all that interaction with the AI will enable you to refine what
Yeah.
you are actually trying to achieve, so you get exactly what you want. And Joy says something, I mean, like we're saying that, oh, this is making us lazy. Well, why don't we continue to walk from Accra to Kumasi? Why do we have to take a car? Why do we have to take a plane? Rather, you can say that's making us lazy, isn't it? Because
Mm-hmm.
if laziness or hard work is what is required, then let's drop the planes, let's drop our cars and walk from Accra to Kumasi.
Mm-hmm.
No, if we don't have the tools, you don't have them. But when we have the tools, I think we should learn to use them and enhance our capacity to do things. Because in
Yeah.
this day and age, how you deliver quickly
Mm-hmm.
and get the results,
Yes.
is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It's so important. I mean, some of us speaking, they call you, like Joy FM calls me the day before, 2 days, and say, can you be on our show and talk about this? Yes, they know that this is what I do, but I have to customize it to what they need.
Yes.
Mhm.
And in that sense, the tools that Joy has shared will be able to help us refine our ideas. And I just wanted to share those thoughts. Thank you so much, Joy. That was brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, Patience Antonio says great insights. She's great with the response that she got. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
And Benaya says very good and impactful presentation. Okay, beautiful.
That's
Joy,
good.
I'm going to push further. I mean, those of us who are not in Accra with you, when you do your workshop, we cannot be there. Can this workshop, or whatever,
Yeah.
can it be maybe online,
Yeah.
a day or 4 hours? I know you are a mother, so anything that fits into your timing, if
Yeah.
it's something that you and CTL can put together for
Yeah.
us to really have hands on, because sometimes when somebody walks
Yeah.
alongside you, you get it faster. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. So, I actually so the conversations I started having 2 3 years ago was on digital productivity, and I started a YouTube channel and was putting. So if you go to the Abbey Studios YouTube channel, you'd find something on productivity, on emails, on meetings. But hey, at that time when I didn't have all these tools, I couldn't publish the videos faster and all of that. So definitely I would love to do some live sessions. Currently what I'm doing now is through the Shiro platform. Every quarter I train a cohort of women who are on career breaks, who are looking to get back to work, and we do about 4 weeks hands-on. So almost all the tools I mentioned, even to Calendly, to all of that, just so that when they are home, and that was the point I was trying to make, when they are home, they can still engage in the workforce. They can work remotely, they can contribute, they can earn some money remotely. And we've been able to do that. Even last year, we did two different cohorts who are now, virtual assistants, working with different projects and all of that. So that's the capacity that now I am doing my trainings, mainly for women. So I think that I'm just being biased a bit because I see how important it is when you have to go on a break because you are going to have a baby. I mean,
Mhm,
some companies will not be as generous as CTL. Some
mhm,
companies laid some of our Shirok women off. Law firms laid people off because they're going to have a baby. So if you have these tools in your pockets, you don't need to be out of your bed if that's necessary. You can
mhm,
still work, you can still contribute wherever you are. So I mean, I'm a very big advocate of women embracing the digital productivity, digital tools, so that wherever they are, you can pull some small gigs here and there and still be productive while you are home. Some of our ladies have been home for 9 years and 12 years without working in a corporate space or doing any form of work. But when they joined Rock and they started learning these tools with AI, some of them are now earning dollars and working with Pan African companies. And when I do have projects that requires people to join, I bring some of these trained virtual assistants on board. So yes, anybody listening, I just pray that they would embrace it. My mommy, when she calls and she's having an issue with her WhatsApp, was technology narrow me. And I said, "Mommy, from 2026, technology it's air rubium." So yeah, just to encourage everybody to just be in it, whatever space that they are in. You are finance, you are accounting, it doesn't matter. You just have to be all into this digital transformation space. Yeah. So for now,
excellent.
Sarah, I'll stick
And,
to
and,
the
and
cohort.
even for her
Yeah.
ladyship, you can input all your case submissions, the lawyer submissions, and
Exactly.
everything. You can put
Mhm.
it into AI and ask them to give you the judgment that you want. And then it will write it out for you. And then you can review it very, very fast, and you can
Yeah.
make decisions because you can input all the laws,
Yeah.
the relevant laws. These are the laws. These are the text, and once they have access, AI has access to the law, the text, and so on, and the submissions. It will facilitate. Instead of you guys, lawyer, judges sitting down handwriting every thing that people are saying, AI can help you very, very easily. These days, some of the courts are even automated. So the voice submissions can all be brought together and they can give you a summary of all the submissions that the various parties have made. And then you can ask AI to say, with all these submissions, summarize the key issues for discussions and propose some recommended decisions, and it will
Yeah.
give you some close. So every area it can help you, whether you're an accountant, you're a lawyer, you're a judge,
Yeah.
every area. This is useful. So thank you, Joy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Her ladyship says, thanks, CTL. And to add to what Joy was saying, it's not just the ladies. I am very
Well, me, I'm here and I'm just quiet. But
so
you people
deep
are
in diversity, equality.
discrimination against the
So
Constitution.
that's, it's not just the ladies, but I can testify that for the past 5 years, I'm still on the road to recovery. It's
Mm.
AI that has really helped me work even from my bed,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
it hadn't been that, I can't stand in front of people. You haven't seen me in Ghana for some time, really, with Leave to Lead.
Yeah.
It's because I have been ill, and AI has allowed me to still earn whilst I'm still recovering. So please, my young people especially, don't think that you've been out of university for 7 years, 9 years, and you don't have AI is there. It empowers us to do things. We don't have to wait for the government. We don't have to wait for the government. Please, please, the young ones, use this as a tool to really create something. We are in the creative industry now and knowledge industry, and AI is helping us and leapfrog or frog leap. How do you say it? My mind is not with
It's
leapfrog.
leapfrog.
Leapfrog. So please,
Mm,
please do so. Get Joy's book. It will really help you to jumpstart whatever you want to do, whether you are a
Yeah.
woman, you are youth, you are a man, you are somebody out of a job. Please get the book. I got my copy, so please do. Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
I don't see any questions or comments. So what I would like you to do is, Joy, to give you the floor to give us your parting shots. It's been
Okay.
amazing.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So, like you said, productivity is about is not being busy. It's about making sure that you have enhanced capacity to do more, do it accurately. And so, if you are empowered with the tools such as AI, with a clear vision, with some direction as to what you're going to achieve, how fast you're going to do it, with the right resources and people around you, just employ tools that I've mentioned, for example, and even more. There are tons and tons of tools depending on your need, and it will help you to create space. It will help you to create capacity to do more. And as a leader, focusing on the people, focusing on the core of leading, and not on the auxiliaries. Allow other people, allow the tools and the technology to take care of that, and you focus on your people. Spending more time mentoring and coaching and guiding your team to be able to achieve more. So that's what I would have to say. And I do wish all of you a very successful 2026. And then please connect with me on LinkedIn whenever you can. If you have any questions or you want to maybe have a conversation to deep dive in any area specifically, please just send me a message on LinkedIn. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity, everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you, Joy. This has been the 239th session of TLP, and it's been amazing. Uncle Sam, do you want to give us a pattern shot to close us for today, since you are here? All right, I guess. Okay, Uncle Sam, can you hear us? Are you able to speak?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, my okay, good. Thank you, thank you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So I want to thank you, Sarah, also for leading us and moderating this so effectively. And I want to thank everybody who has been on the platform. This year, we have a lot more for you, and we encourage you to share the links and to invite more people to the leadership platform. And watch out, we are going to have some interesting training programs. Sarah is pushing on this. So watch out for our training programs so that you can also join and have a more in-depth learning from these training programs. Take good care of yourself. The year is still young. Let's keep running. A year is running very, very fast. So all the best. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Joy, and have a good night.
All right. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.
And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do that now.